sound. Hello. Hi. We have a Jammy Dodgers. We have a Jammy Dodgers live on the cat cam. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. Hi. That's slightly better. I can't really zoom it. I forgot to turn off the sound on my phone. Jammy heard me talking about her. Hello. Hello, cat. Hello, a cuckoo cuckoo cachoo. A cuckoo cachoo. It's not that hard. Come on. Don't know why I always stumble over it every single time. Yeah, Jammy heard me talking shit about her. Talking about how the cam needed adjustment. And so she looked up and she's all sleepy blinks. Such a good girl. Yeah. She heard I was streaming and she hopped right up. She was like, Cat Cam is live? Hell yeah. I just need to disassociate from it and channel the Beatles. Okay, look. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I recognize that this is going to get me in trouble with some people, but I'm not a fan of the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles. And it's not for lack of exposure. It might actually be overexposure. I mean, I don't like hate the Beatles. I just don't think they're that great. I'm sorry. I don't think they're that great. I don't like to listen to them. Yeah, I know that you've specifically named yourself a cuckoo cachoo to give people a hard time. I bet people have a lot of fun spelling it too. I'm sure it gets spelt all kinds of ways. I know it's part of a song, but... Hey, Couch Potato. Hey, Marie. I hope everyone is enjoying a sleeping Jammy Dodgers on the cat cam. I figured we'd start with a heads up of kitties. And hello to Zane, who has also joined us, apparently, at least for the start of stream. Hello, Ray. So it's my birthday, y'all. Well, I mean, it's sort of my birthday. It's not actually my birthday. I don't technically get a birthday this year. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I never do. If anybody happens to be confused, and I don't think that anyone in this chat is likely to be because most of you know me. Hi, Najwa. I'm a leap year baby, so I get a birthday every 4 years. And this isn't one of the years. There's no 29th. In February this year, and so I do not technically get a birthday. Unfortunately, I do still become a year older, which is good in terms of like the government recognizing that I've been on the planet for this long, because otherwise it would be super weird for me to be married. Yeah, it's I just don't have an actual birthday until it's like every 4 years. So in the off years, I basically just sort of celebrate for a week or so and do whatever the fuck I want and proclaim that it's my birthday anyway. So everybody has to just, pretend like I get all the days. And then on the years that I do actually have a birthday, then everybody has to make an extra big deal because of how hard done by I am when I miss all those birthdays. So... You haven't even heard the song, A Cuckoo Cachoo? That's hilarious. Yeah, it's got to be a subliminal thing, because I don't know anywhere else where there's a cuckoo cachoo in anything. Aw, Zane left us. Well, at least we still have Jammy Dodgers, even though she seems to have tucked her little face in. I wonder if I can move the blanket a bit so you can see her a little better. Hang on. Yeah. I'm just gonna move this edge away, okay? Tuck that down so people can see you better. Everybody wants to see you. That should be a little better when she puts her head back down again. She is perfect. I love my little stupid kitty. All right. It's always really fun for me. I have the stream up on my phone in front of me here so that I can see chat more easily because I can't see to the laptop. It's just in the wrong sort of distance for my bifocals or my distance vision parts of my glasses to quite catch. And so I get to see the delay on the stream here while I'm looking at the actual live on OBS there. It's very weird. You think that Jamie is 50% of the cat that Zane is in length and mass? Yeah, that's very possible. She's I think last time I checked she was 10 pounds something. I can't remember. I think she was around 10 pounds last time I checked. Yeah, the kitty cam is really... The funny thing about her being like 10 pounds or 11 pounds, maybe something like that, is that she's actually quite rotund. Like she's a very sort of spherical cat. This is her pudgy weight. Her sister is much leaner and is probably closer to 9 pounds. But yeah. Hi, Jem. Thank you. Yes, it is my unbirthday. So I'm going to do birthday nails. That's what we're here for. Yes, we're also here to admire Jammy Dodgers, but the point of the stream is not just to look at Jammy Dodgers. Yeah, she might be closer to 11, Ray, but yeah, she's not a big cat. They're both quite petite cats. Cinnamon, I think, is heavier than her a little bit and significantly leaner. What was I going to say? Yeah. Losing track. I'm losing track. I'm getting distracted by cats. But yeah, birthday nails. Yes. Okay, so first order of business after admiring the cat is what kind of birthday nails are we doing? And for that, we require a poll. Okay, poll. So I'm going to pull... I see you saying Cinnamon is dense, and I assume that you mean that she is compact, but she's also a little bit stupid, so you're right in both ways. Okay. Basic design. Do we want space nails? I'm making a poll. Do we want unicorn nails? Do we want bug nails? And then I'm going to put in a something else option, but if you click on the something else, you are obligated to write a suggestion in the chat. Okay? Can I make that go away on there? Thank you. Yeah, Cinna is built. She's definitely more dense than more compactly built than the other two for sure. Yeah, she's a bit flighty, but that's not surprising given that she was a street cat and had to sort of fight for her life and she had kind of a rough go. Linnery has a suggestion of flamingos wearing party hats. Yeah, Kat's been over here a few times. She's met all three of my kitties. Okay, so it looks like bugs are winning with 56% of the vote. Let's see, how many votes versus how many humans? Kat, did you meet Emma? You did, didn't you? That's right. I forgot you'd met Emma. Aw, poor Emma. You just want party hats the bugs can wear them? Okay, well, it looks like bugs are the winners. So bugs and at least one bug wearing a party hat. Maybe more. I'm going to end the poll. Okay. So if I'm going to do bugs, then I got to decide what kind of bugs. And I'm kind of feeling beetles. I'm thinking not the musical group, but the insect group. I'm thinking beetles because I feel like beetles in party hats is just gonna work really well. So, background color. Do we want to go with something simple so that we can use magnetics for the beetle elytra? That might be the way to go, huh? Do maybe like a sheer shimmer base, and then I can do magnetic beetle elytra, and that could be very fun. I'm seeing a lot of support for party bugs. Dung beetles, definitely fun. Pink party bugs. Neutral pink jelly or shimmer. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, Kat. Some kind of a fairly sheer... Oh, you don't want to... My camera started going absolutely bonkers when I took my hand away there because it couldn't tell what to focus on. All right, let me find something. So, kind of feeling. What else do I got here? I got these guys. That's more of a nude. There's this one. Maybe. We got. Alright, just bear with me, y'all. All right, that's all I'm going to pull for the moment. Let me just switch out. We'll say goodbye to Jammy for the moment, but don't worry, she's still going to be in the corner. All right. Yay, magnetics. I don't know what you're suggesting we use it for. The beetle elytra. The elytra are the hard protective coverings over the back of a beetle that protect the actual wings. I think they're actually modified from the first pair of wings, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, CatCam being the largest camera was good, but we do have to actually switch out. But it's okay because we can swap around at need. Okay. So obviously I just kind of grabbed a handful of whatever spoke to me. Where are... Okay. Let's test them over white and pink. Maybe black as Oh boy. Did not. Look, those of you who get upset about people not cleaning their stampers or their bottlenecks or whatever, you're just gonna have to fucking cope, because I don't clean any of this shit when I'm done with it. I wait until I've got a bunch of it to do, and actually really I wait until I have no choice in the matter because I need the thing, and then I clean it. So all right. Obviously some of these are ones that I got as PR, so I will flag those as we go along just for disclosure purposes. This is Cleaned Après 8. I don't know why they say the after part in French and the 8 part in English. But it's pretty funny to me. Those of you who are not Canadian will probably not be familiar with After Eights, which are a delicious chocolate mint thing that are very popular, especially around Christmas time. This one is Light Fast, the second one there. The third one is Radiance. So these ones are all cleaned. Just going to do that a little bit. There we go. And then this one, so this one is, actually, I'm probably not supposed to show you this one yet. I think technically I'm not supposed to show you this one yet. Maybe, I'm not sure. Shh, don't tell anyone. You didn't see this one yet. This is a PR one from BCB called I'm Going to Count to 3. This one you know about. This is BCB Just the Tip. This is more of a white base from the Love and Smut collection. That one was PR. This is Reverse Cowgirl, which is a Smut of the Month. Also PR. It's more of a topper, but it looks really nice in 3 coats as a like semi-naked. And if that fails, where then will you go? This one is also PR. This one was from the Lord of the Rings Part 1. I'm like, I know it was Lord of the Rings, but was it just called Lord of the Rings, or was it called something else? You can't see the ones on the white here, can you? Yeah. And then I've got Arcana Lacquer The Sun. This one was also PR. This one's a little bit more purpley shimmer in a white base. And then this one is You Died. This was also a PR from Arcana from last year. More peachy. And let me just rotate this so you can see that. All right. I'm going to catch up with chat here. Exotic dancing kind of bugs in Memphis? Pink party bugs makes you think Pink Pony Club. Oh, the song. People who clean their plates are built different. I just can't live that lifestyle. Didn't know those were not available in the US. Yeah, I don't think they are. I haven't seen them anyway. After Eights. They have Andes mints instead. It's similar, but it's really not the same. I get super, super sad every Christmas if I don't get to have my After Eights, so my mom sends them to me. Brittany, hi! Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I think I'm caught up with chat. Oh, and it looks like Ashley arrived as well. Hello, welcome. I'm sorry you're doing your taxes. You know, if you'd planned your life better and become a billionaire, you wouldn't need to do your taxes because you wouldn't have to pay any. Oh, God. We're not talking about that tonight. We're doing nails. Okay, so here are all the shimmers I pulled over black. Here they all are over a pink that I think perfectly represents my skin tone. And here they all are over white, so you can get a sense of what they'll probably more reasonably kind of look like-ish on me. So what do we think? I'm going to... People who bleach their kitchen every day are built different. Okay, look. The thing about... You just set off the microbiology background. Yeah, that's like a massive massive science nerd trigger for me. Info dump time. If you bleach everything all the damn time, you're actually going to weaken your immune system. And by killing off all of the natural protective bacteria that live on and in your body. Don't fucking bleach everything all the time. You don't need to. And it's bad for you. Just wash things with soap and water. Bleach is sometimes helpful. Yes, absolutely. But if you do it every day, you are weakening your immune system. You are not helping yourself. Unless there is someone in the home who is extremely sick or like very immune compromised. There's no reason to do this. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Okay. Bleach tastes so good and comes in so many flavors. A good counterpoint from Linry. Thank you. Fourth from the right. Fourth from the right, I think was, I'm going to count to 3, which, I'm sorry, Brittany, I pulled it. It's early. You're not supposed to know about this yet. Or is this, that's fourth from the left, isn't it? I'm really good at, left and right. Fourth from the actual right, the other right. The correct right is reverse cowgirl, which I really, really like. I think that's this one, right? Yeah. Bleach is good if you have buggos. I mean, it depends on the kind of buggos. Yeah, you know, the thing about germ fear is that it's all because people have been selling you the germ fear, right? Like you should be reasonably cautious of germs, but you don't need to be afraid of germs. There's like a healthy level of paranoia, and really like the correct amount of paranoia is like washing your hands after you've touched things outside of your home, or like that just came into your home, or like raw food. You just wash your hands. You're good. Hi, Mamie. Oh, the HHC spoilers are already up? Okay, cool. So that's what this one is. It's the one that I was saying that you aren't supposed to know about yet. I think technically I'm not supposed to. I think that March 1st was supposed to be the actual date. But yeah, this is actually part of a really cute... Oh my god, I have to show you the other half of it. Hang on. This is not a BCB stream, but I have to show it to you because it's super cute. Like... Look at this. So this is a duo. It's a Mother's Day duo. Oh my god, this is so covered in fingerprints. Hang on. Get that a little bit better. Okay, Mother's Day duo. Hopefully that's focusing properly. Super cute. We've got some little black flakes and a bunch of like different iridescent flakes. I think there's a couple of different kinds of iridescent flakes maybe. I'm not entirely sure about that. It sort of looks like there might be 2 different kinds in there. But both, I think they both have sort of the same color base to them. They definitely coordinate really, really nicely. But they're, I'm going to count to 3 and don't make me turn this car around. And I think that is hilarious and I love them. Anyway, that's all. Yeah, the flakies in that one match the shimmer in the other. Yeah, I love it. I know. The curly flakes are so dangerous. But yeah, so obviously I got those in PR, so but that's, I think we're gonna do, they are also the same base color. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. They looked like it. So do we want to do I'm going to count to 3, or do we want to do reverse cowgirl? Whoops, not reverse cowgirl. Where's reverse cowgirl? There it is, reverse cowgirl. I'm thinking reverse cowgirl because I kind of want to do like a nude or semi-nude sort of look. But there's enough shimmer here to make it interesting. I think that's what I'm going to do. At least one person pointed it out. Plus, I just really like the name Reverse Cowgirl. All right, I have to move this slightly. It's too much in front of my face. Go back there. Nude for birthday suit vibes. Yes. It's true. If anything, I would be too young for nudes since I am only turning 12 and a quarter. But thankfully, we go by trips around the sun for stuff like that, and not number of birthdays. I'm probably not gonna get to my right hand tonight. I might just, I mean, if I do, what I might end up doing is just picking some one or more magnetics from the Beatles and just do like a coordinating sort of thing. This is such a cute little topper. Imagine if they didn't recognize your age and just said you were 12 due to the actual date. Yeah, that would be extremely problematic. I mean, this is my second marriage. So, yeah. Yeah, that would be an issue for me. Okay, so while I am waiting for this to dry, I probably need to pull some magnetics. So let me just move to the Cat's Up display. And I'll go grab some magnetics while y'all admire Jammy Dodgers. I'm grabbing a few Phoenix. But I'm not sure what else I want to grab. Probably Mahalo. I feel like I have more circs than this, but I'm dropping all kinds of shit. BKL, let's see. I have this wonderful organization system now, but I haven't put like things on top. Things. That's super helpful, I bet. I haven't put, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, cabochons on top of my bottles yet for my drawers. And I need to do that. Oh, you know what? I have some good ones over here. There's Addictive Bane. Where is there's the Magician? Dragon Darts, maybe? Strange Spectacle? Okay. Alright. How do cats sleep with their heads up? Nobody knows. Oh, Brittany had to go, huh? Alright. Well, Brittany, if you happen to come back and watch the VOD, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, her little crossy paws are so good. When she does this, I call her little jammy cross paws. She is very soft. Yeah, did you have a specific dam that you were looking, that you wanted me to pull, Kat? Because if there's a specific one that you know I have, then let me know. But like, I don't keep swatch sticks. I'm so disorganized. I like literally don't know what I have. So I generally just like sort of poke around until I find something that appeals to me. Doing our second coat here, and I think I'm probably just going to do 2 because I feel like 2 is enough because this shimmer is so strong with this. And, oh, I'm also going to need a black creme in addition to the magnetics, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to do the party hats. The multi-chrome ones. Yeah, I know, but like, dude. The Into the Multiverse. Weren't those Phoenix? No, you're talking about... Okay, no, I know the ones you're talking about. I would have to actually find them without having any cabs on top of my caps. And the diamond's in the drawer. But yes, there are some really good ones in there that would definitely make good. Good beetle elytra. For sure. All right, let me go do one last dip into the down drawer. We'll see if we can find them. There's Cosmic Chaos. There's Parallel Possibilities. Alright, I grabbed 2. Dipping for Doms. Okay. So, let's, sorry, Jammy, I'm gonna go back to Nails Up display. Alright, so this is Parallel Possibilities. This is a cool one. It's like green with pink, magenta, orangey pull, depending on the direction. Hopefully you can see that. You gonna focus up for me? It doesn't want to focus very well, does it? And then we got Cosmic Chaos. which is like red with a green pull. Those would both be really good. This one, I feel like this one is similar, but yeah, this is also red with a green pull. But it's a little different. This one's Phoenix the Evil. Yeah, I probably do need to do a cab painting stream. EDK Mahalo. So this is a flaky one with sort of a black or blackened something background. You don't want to focus up there. Ruse Hollow. Ruse Hollow might not be the best choice for beetles, though. I don't know. Well, some beetles have that kind of coloration, usually over black. Queen of the Valbaran Fae. I think I'm gonna set aside the ones that I think are least likely to be good for this as I go along here. She's a Genius. I really like this one. I think this is a really good one for this. Mood Ring I like, but it is so thin that it usually needs like 3 or 4 coats or an undie. So I might say no to Mood Ring. Marie, Mahalo is your favorite so far? Yeah, it's a really cool one. Actually, Mahalo, fun fact about Mahalo. So this is EDK, which is, you know, is now known as Phoenix. And they still do the plates under the EDK name. But this was the polish that brought me into the indie world. Because you know, until then I'd been watching Simply and, you know, sort of knew about about the existence of like boutique brands and stuff. But a friend of mine had mentioned this amazing polish to me and introduced me to the entire concept of polish pickup, and it happened to come up on a rewind. So yeah, that's how I got involved with the whole indie scene. That was the polish. Bill, obviously everybody knows and loves Bill. This one, Bee's Knees Outplayed. It's a really interesting one, actually. You can't tell as easily with this. It's much shiftier than it shows here. But I do feel like it might be a little more similar to some of these other ones. I don't know. Blade is pretty much like orangey red with orangey red. But it's got some shiftiness to it. It's a little more subtle. But it does have some nice flakiness. She's a Genius is also pretty sheer. It might be. Yeah, Maria, purple got me into the indie world, believe it or not. Strange Spectacle. Not that Lauren Marie just got here. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. I don't think this one's going to be a good Beetle Elytra one. I really love this one, but I feel like the silver isn't quite right for Beetle Elytra. So we'll set that one aside. Now this one, the Magician, that's another Arcana one. This one might be a decent Beetle Elytra color. And then Dragon Darts, I think would be a cool one. So yeah, I think we'll set these aside. I don't know about Ruse Hollow. I'm gonna set that one. Set these other ones back here. And grab a black creme, because I'm gonna need that for the details. I'll just grab that one. All right, so And then the party hats we'll do at the end, I think, because I'm not sure exactly how I want to tackle that one. So I'm going to start by doing some little beetle outlines. And we're going to simplify these a lot. More accurate to say you just caught up from the beginning on 2x. Does it seem like I'm talking really slow now? All right. I think that this beetle is probably going to be kind of a let's go with kind of a dung beetle for this one. I like the idea of going for a dung beetle here. So dung beetles are scarabids, which are the same group that scarab beetles are from, which, you know, might not shock you given the name. So they're kind of squirt boys. They're like a little bit wide as a general rule. And they like to walk around with their little leggies, their little back leggies, all sticking up in the air with their very important dung balls, because they use those dung balls as a very safe and secure and delicious home for their babies, which is not how I would personally choose to do things. But, you know, I'm not a dung beetle, so what do I know? I'm not going for super accuracy here. I'm kind of just like, I don't know, beetles are kind of like this. Get some little front legs walking. If any of my entomology buddies happen upon this stream, they're gonna be so upset with me for the way I'm doing this, but that's okay. They don't need to talk about that shit until they try and do stuff like this on their nails. Then they can start talking shit about how I'm doing my nails. All right, now I want to have like the division between the elytra here, and there's also a little sort of triangular area up here that the shape of it sort of depends on the species. I mean, it's always triangular-ish, but the sort of like how big it is and how much space it takes up, how long it is, everything sort of depends on the beetle. So I'm just kind of roughing in the shape. And then I'll start adding magnetic over top of it as I get there. Yeah, I think Dragon Darts is going to be a really good beetle one, Ray. Dung balls equals baby carriage? Totally. Oh, these eyes are too big, but that's okay. Nobody needs to know. We don't need to be total sticklers for accuracy here. Not for this sort of thing. I am going to put a dung ball, but I'm thinking the dung ball that this one is walking around with might not be actually a dung ball. It might be something else. I don't know. We'll have to We'll have to see what kind of a ball it is. We'll decide that later. I'm doing a really good job of... See, part of the problem is I've decided to, like, do this with my detail brush instead of with a liner. Okay. So we'll do that for the moment, get that kind of roughed in, and then let's move on to the next one. Yeah, it's my birthday. I can have inaccurate beetles on my nails if I want to. That's not going to fit very well into the song, though, is it? Cake Timbit. Okay, Timbits are kind of gross, but I do like the concept of it being a cake Timbit. For the non-Canadians in the chat, I know some of you will know what a Timbit is, but if you happen to be one of the people who does not know what a Timbit is, it is a donut hole. I think that's what other places that are not Tim Hortons generally refer to them as, in a more generic sense. So yeah. I don't... I'm a bad Canadian. I don't like Tim Hortons. 'Cause it's not good. Look at that. I've already got some paint on there. Okay. Let's see. How do I want this one to be? Let's let this one be sort of dancing. This one will be like standing up. Maybe there'll be like two of them here. They can be dancing together. Put one on this side, and this little head here, and then oh, maybe this one's a little shorter. This one's like a smaller beetle. Maybe it's the other beetle's child, or it could just be that this beetle just happens to be a short king. That's allowed. All right. And we'll get this like sort of middle section worked in here. Get sort of something like an eyeball. Oh my god, I didn't give this guy any antennae. Oh my god. Oh my god. What have I done? How dare I not give my little friends any antennae? How dare. How are they going to find the ladies if they don't have antennae? How are they going to know what the food is? Okay. And then we'll go like... Just some little leggies there. All right. So they're having a little dance. Yeah, I know Tim Hortons is not Canadian anymore, unfortunately, but you have a cursed idea, Kat? Oh, no. Numerous Bees is a New Englander who doesn't like Dunkins. Sacrilege. What kind of hobby entomologist am I? A shitty one, apparently. Okay, this one is going to be like sort of scurrying along on its way. It's got shit to do. It does not have time for this nonsense. It's like, hey man, I have a party to get to. Excuse me? Jammy Dodgers is leaving? Where are you going? Well, that's a tragic turn of events. She's snorkeling. She's had a little bit of a cold. And so she's like, every time she gets up, she basically has like a sneezing fit, and it's incredibly cute. All right, a little antennae here. Oh, we need some more. She seems to be eating some kibble. Apparently it's kibble o'clock. So we'll go... Here's some little... Whoop. Hey, that should just be one thing there. Don't worry, those are not other legs. Those are legs from the other side, okay? It doesn't have a million legs. It just has legs that you can see from the other side. It has the correct number of legs. I promise. All right, and then we'll do one that's like standing up this way and like full on back to the camera. Get a nice elytra shot for this one. This one also appears to be a scarabid. Pretty sure these guys over here are something else. I don't know what they are, though. All right. We got leggies, 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 and leggies, leggies, leggies. There we go. That was really uneven. Incredibly uneven. Did a terrible job of that. You know what? Don't care. You know who's going to see these nails besides the entire internet that follows me, which is not actually that many people? Nobody. It's all good. I'm even going to show them to my entomology friends, and they'll laugh at me, but that's fine. They'll be like, Peggy, what the fuck? Have we taught you nothing? What were you thinking? All right, what about this one? What's this one going to be doing? This one... This one's going to be flying. How about that? How about that? This one is going to be off on a very important mission to, I don't know, something. It's got something to do. Probably has to run to the grocery store real quick, get more supplies for the party. They probably ran out of pretzels. Oh, one of those wings is really a lot bigger, or one of those elytra is really a lot bigger than the other. We'll have to fix that. Need a little more polish here. I'm willing to allow myself to be pretty inaccurate on my birthday, but boy, they do have to at least be kind of even. All right, leggy, leggy. And then a little head area in here. And some little antennae. There we go. All right, and then the actual wings, you're kind of not really going to be able to see because they're going to be in motion, but we can sort of gesture at them, I guess, if we want. But I don't know. Maybe we don't. All right. Eating cake? That probably would have been a good choice for one of them, but... All right, so, Timbit cake pop. Yeah, maybe like a see y'all later chai with some sprinkles. That could do the trick. Maybe a little bit of Monstera for some darker, more cooked parts. Let's see. For sprinkles, we'll probably want maybe pink, green, blue. I feel like yellow isn't going to show up very well. Let's just try these 3 colors. Oop. You have arrived home and petted the bebe. Excellent. Hi, Jammy Dodgers. What you doing? She might want to come up on my lap now. What? This is not a good place for you to be while I'm streaming. I'm busy. What do you require? She's being very helpful, y'all. Thinking about cake is making you hungry. So I need to make a pie. I have pie dough from the last time I made pie. I froze half of the dough for it. So I still need to roll that out and make a crust. And then I guess I'm going to have to make a pie tomorrow, which is fine. But yeah, I haven't really prepared myself mentally for the task of making a pie. Thinking lemon meringue. I haven't completely decided yet. Nor have I checked to see if I have any of the ingredients that I need, so I should probably do that. Especially if I'm planning on making it tomorrow. I mean, I guess I could make it on Saturday or something, but I think I want to try and go out to... There's a brew pub nearby where they do... they have like an outdoor... Like... It's not like a... I mean, they have a patio area as well, but they also have just like a big field with like picnic tables and stuff. And it's supposed to be warm enough that we should actually be able to just go hang out there. Jammy Dodgers. Hi. What's going on, little friend? Jammy is causing problems? She's climbed up onto the chair behind me, but now she's trying to like climb onto me from the side, which is not actually something she can really do at the moment, unfortunately. Unfortunately, mostly for her. Jammy, I know that you want on my lap, but you can't right now. We set up a whole cat cam so that you would have a place to be while I'm streaming. I swear, this cat. All right. You see the Powerpuff Girls color story? Yeah, I guess I kind of unconsciously did that. It's a good combination of colors. Like, they're really distinct from each other. They all stand well on their own. They don't tend to sort of get overpowered by other colors that they're near. They're just good colors. It's funny, I've never been a big fan of pink. Like, I don't hate pink. I do have some pink stuff, and of course I, have been dyeing a streak in my hair pink for quite a few years now. But I've never really drawn to pink as a general rule, unless it's in combination with other sort of fairly intense colors. Like I really like an intense coral or hot pink next to, you know, teals and greens and other sort of exciting colors. I like the contrast. I like the way they play off of each other. You still have muffins? You did get a lot of muffins. It's probably good that you still have some. Because otherwise that would probably be a lot of muffins to eat in a fairly small amount of time. I guess I need to clean the threads on this one. All right. I think I'm going to use this and do a mix of these two colors and sort of do a little bit of like an uneven distribution of brown here. It does sort of start to resemble a dung ball again. It's just paler. It's like a real pale dung ball. All right. There's my basic Tim Hortons Timbit. But we need to get some sprinkles in there. Yeah, she wants to supervise me. Texture that ball. Oh, yeah. All right. So this one here is Monarch Sun-Kissed Coral. And I think we'll just do some little... just a few little bits around in various spots. Don't want to put too many because I do want to make sure I have room to put the other two colors as well. Do you think dung beetles would be good at rolling meatballs or matzo balls? Cat thinks they would overwork it. I think they could do meatballs quite well. I'll be honest, I haven't made matzo balls, and so I don't know how sensitive they are to overworking. I think Cat might be a better judge of that. But they are used to working with, you know, sort of wet, somewhat sloppy materials, with inconsistent texture, and forming them into a dry or drier hardened mass. So, you know, I don't think they would necessarily be good meatballs or good matzo balls by the time they were done with them. Like, I probably wouldn't want to eat them. I don't think they would be the best ones I'd ever tried. But I do think that they could form them into balls. You were trying to think of ball foods and all you got was matzah and meat. Well, I've made goat cheese balls, which I don't think they would be very successful with. Goat cheese, making goat cheese balls is quite annoying, but very tasty. The end result is excellent. I haven't done that in a long time, actually. I kind of feel like I should do that again. Although these days I tend to be like, I get an opportunity to do something like that, and then I just end up deciding to do the lazier version. Because honestly, who has energy to make a whole lot of individual balls of something that are just going to get eaten instantly? All right. I think I have a reasonably convincing cake Timbit here. I'll just come on up and get that in focus for you. Ooh, arancini, yes. Arancini is a very good ball food. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they would struggle with the stickiness of arancini. It is quite gluey, or it can be quite gluey when you're making it. Okay, so this first guy, let's do this one with dragon darts, and I think we'll do it velvet. I have not had arancini in a long time. There's a place in Toronto where I used to get pizza and arancini and a few other things, but mostly those were my favorite things there. And I haven't found a place here that is quite as spectacular. I miss that. There is a place here that does pretty good pizza. Like, it's not like I'm totally suffering for lack of access to reasonable pizza, but it's not quite on the same level. There's very good pizza in DC. It's kind of far to go for a pizza. And most of them don't have outdoor dining facilities. So we don't dine indoors. Except at our house. So yeah, we're a bit limited in where we can go for good food. But thankfully we found a place that has decent pizza. We do actually have a pizza oven, but it's huge and it gets insanely hot. So it's a portable one. So it's sort of better to use outdoors. So it's a little unreasonable for wintertime use. Now you want pizza? I'm sorry. Marie's got pizza in the fridge. Just go to her place. She'll share. I think I might actually have pizza dough in the freezer too. Okay. Now I am gonna want... Do I want the same one for the top? I think I might magnetize it differently for the top part. I think I might do this. I don't know if we'll be able to tell on this scale the difference, but I think that it could be more interesting to do it differently, so we'll try it. Let's see if we can tell that it was magnetized differently. And this guy's got big eyes. My goodness. What big eyes you have, little friend. Okay. I think that does the trick. All right. So we have our little guy rolling the cake ball, the Timbit, to the party. He's clearly in charge of snacks, or at least in charge of the cake. And then, yeah, you can kind of tell. Good enough, I think. Let's see if we can focus in a little better here. kind of cute. Next one, we have a couple dancing here. So I think maybe we'll do... let's do Cosmic Chaos for one of them. And then maybe we'll do like Blade for the other one. Oh, I need how do I want to do this? Do I want to try and do it this way? I guess we'll try and do it this way. So this guy can be in Cosmic Chaos. I'm actually pretty sure this one's probably a female, given that it's bigger. But, you know, they could just be two different species. You never know. You could have some interspecies dancing friendship happening. It's allowed. I'm certainly not going to police their affection, regardless of what form it may take. They're adults. They can do what they want. Okay. So there's that friend. And then the other friend that is with it will be Blade, which is not going to open easily, of course. Kind of want to magnetize that a little differently, actually. I might throw a little of the DRK magic effect stuff on some of these and remagnetize them afterward. We'll see how I feel about it, but I think I want to try and do this a little closer to the magnet so we get a little more variation in the pull here, so it's not quite velvet. I swear I need like a barrette or something for my stupid long patch of hair so that I can see during streams. It doesn't quite lay behind my ears nicely. It just comes out. All right. You can't spell barrette. That's valid. It's not a thing that anybody needs to spell very often. I think it's 2 R's. 2 R's and 2 T's. I think you got it right, except for it's 2 R's. But don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Yeah, exactly, Kat. All parties are consenting. That's all that matters. They're consenting adults. Nothing else concerns me here. Yeah, I think I like it better magnetized that way. I don't know if y'all can tell that it's like a little bit more, it's a little easier to see the difference as opposed to like with the velvet where you have to shift it a lot more. So, okay. Next one. I'm going to do Mahalo for this one because I like the idea of maybe being able to see some speckle on here. And I'm gonna... I might do this one like... How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I wonder if I go like that, if that's going to be strong enough. I think it might. Okay, let's try that. I want Mahalo to be on a nail where it's going to get... it's going to have enough real estate to be as cool as it is. Because yes, even though it is purple, it is a really fucking cool one. I have never claimed to be a purple hater. It's just, it's not my favorite. It's not what usually makes me go, ooh, that's exciting. It doesn't mean that I totally hate all purples or that I'm anti-purple. There's lots of purples that I really like. Just far fewer purples in that category than some other colors. Like teal and green. These are colors that excite me more. It's okay to have preferences. Purple is life. You know what, Marie? I'm glad that you love pure purple that much. It's good that it makes you happy. All right. I need a little bit more acetone here. Actually, I should probably just be using the other. Use the other acetone since I'm just using it for brush cleaning. The one in the little bottle is mixed with glycerin and water, which is basically it's just DIY acetone antidote. Without any kind of scent in it, because you know how I am about scents. Just doing a little cleanup on that antenna. And I'm going to do a little cleanup on this leg too. Although I might end up going in and sort of reworking the leg slightly. We'll see. We'll see. How dead are you if you mix acetone and thinner? It's not a big deal. To my knowledge, I don't see why it would be a big deal. I mean, don't drink it. Don't drink acetone or thinner individually or in combination. How about that? Yeah, it's the same as acetone and wet polish. It's just not... I mean, the thinner is just more of the solvents that are already in the polish. So, yeah, shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Next big guy. Do I want to do... Kind of feeling outplayed or genius? Maybe genius. Genius is very sparkly. I could do Bill. Maybe Bill. Maybe Bill for the next one. Let's do Bill. You know, sometimes I feel like I should save Bill because, you know, I don't want to run out of it. But then I'm like, first of all, Peggy, you have way, way too much polish to be in danger of running out of any one of them. Aside from like staples, like, you know, my black and white cremes and such. But also there's always new exciting polishes that come along, right? There's so many beautiful magnetics, and if you save them and never use them, then what's the point? What's the point of having purchased them? You know? I don't want to just buy things just so I can put them on a shelf and never use them. Can always have yours, May. All right. I'll take your bill if I ever run out. Exactly, Najwa. Running out makes room for new stuff, and that is a beautiful thing. We love new stuff. All right. I'm going to need more Bill on here. More Bill. Every time I use Bill, I think of the song from the theme song for Bill Nye the Science Guy. And it's not the same Bill, but that's okay. Makes me happy. Boo, boo, boo. Definitely a better Bill anyway. I do love the actor that plays Bill Compton, whose name I cannot remember. He does a very good job of being just dreadful. But yeah, don't love Bill as a character. I don't need empty bottles to mix my own stuff, though, Kat. I have a shitload of empty bottles. Under my feet, actually. I have a box of empty bottles, a flat of empty bottles under my nail polish desk. I like the sort of larger round bottles. I got a flat of, I don't know, like 80 or 100. I think 88 maybe. I can't remember how many come in a flat. From Nail Light to have them for my nail polish experiments. Ooh, I like, actually, that's interesting because the orange shift, oh, you can't see that. The orange shift in Bill is quite similar to the orange shift in the shimmer that I have as my base. Check that out. It's not really focusing properly, but I think it's at least focusing well enough that you can kind of tell what's going on. Anyway, interesting. Yes, science does rule. Okay. Last one. My bracelet. My bracelet picked up my magnet. It did not hold on to it very well, but it did pick it up. Okay, let's see. Do I want to do... I don't really have a green. So I could do Parallel Possibilities. Or... that one's blue with green. I think I might want to do Parallel Possibilities for this one. Okay. It's doing that thing, isn't it, where it wants to focus up on the palette instead of on the nails. I love when it does that. Okay. Let's put that there. And then we'll do elytra number 1. I suppose if we're talking about a single one, it's an elytron, I believe, is the singular, which is a detail that all of you, of course, care very... That's the wrong color. I'm putting Bill on there. Oh my god. Peggy? What you doing, girl? Can't use Bill twice. Alright. I got it. I fixed it. It's this one. No wonder it seemed kind of too gloopy. Alright. It's good. We're fine. Nobody panic. Yeah, I think it is because the palette makes it think it's a face or something. I think it's the most face-like structure in the scene, and the stupid software is, of course, taught to focus on anything that looks face-like. Which is fine unless you're really just interested in nails. This is why I don't use autofocus for most of my photos. Well, that plus my macro lens does not support autofocus. It needs its own... It needs a separate motor, which it does not contain. And my camera body motor is not strong enough to run it. All right, now the inside part of this guy would not be magnetic or metallic. The inside part of this guy would be something else. So I should probably do that in like a creme. We'll do a little Monstera and then highlight it with a little bit of chai. And that'll be good. And then I think we want to sort of hint at the actual wings. Or we could just leave them off. Nobody will know the difference. Don't know if I really want to bother. It's a lot of work to try and make them look decent. Can you hear Jammy Dodgers snoring behind my butt? She's been snoring off and on, but I feel like this microphone might be too good at blocking out extraneous sounds. Like I feel like even the crickets are not as loud with this microphone, which is good in most ways, but perhaps a little disappointing for those of you that love hearing Jammy snore. All right. This really, it's not necessary for me to go to anywhere near this amount of trouble for the detail under here, but whatever. Okay, now we got to think of, we got to figure out some party hat action. That's the next order of business, is party hats, because Linry asked for party hats, and I think it's correct. I think it's correct to want party hats. So, I don't think everybody is going to get a party hat, because like this guy, I don't think he has a space for a party hat, but I think this guy and maybe this guy, probably that guy, I don't know about these two. Maybe they could have party hats. I think I'll do the party hats in a white creme base and then blob colors on top. Pidku used to snore loudly. Pardon me. Oy. Okay. Oof. I don't recommend getting old, y'all. Neon. Yeah, I could use neons. I have neons. Neon party hats could be fun. Just clean this up a little bit before I go on to the next stage, because I think I'm going to need this space. All right. Yeah, if I do them in neon, then they'd also be visible in black light. Not that I spend a lot of time in black light, but... Okay. All right, let's see here. Little triangle up here. Do they have a string? They probably should have a string, right? I don't know if the string would necessarily be visible. Kind of makes it look like he's got a little beard. Okay. Now, this guy... That other antenna from the other side is kind of going to get mostly covered up, but that's okay. Oh, I did a real bad job with this one. Okay, so a little hat. Get a little strap under there. There we go. This guy, yeah, I guess we could fit a little hat on there. I think this was the correct thing to do. It's extremely silly. And if anybody bitches about my beetle anatomy, I can be like, dude, they're wearing party hats. How accurate are you expecting them to be? And it's a perfect excuse. Yeah, like a little chin string. It's got to have a little chin string, right? That's how they usually stay on, I think. I've got the perspective wrong on this one. But, you know, if anybody bitches about that, again, I can say fucking party hats on bugs. What are you talking about? I am going to put one on this guy because he deserves one too. He's doing all this work, rolling the cake. Oh boy. Okay. The fact that I spend this much time agonizing over something so silly, getting it so detailed, is ridiculous. But also makes me very happy. And I'm so glad that y'all are here to enable my bullshit. Because, you know, otherwise I'd just be alone in my room with my bullshit. With nobody but poor Brian to listen to me being silly. And I don't know if he can handle that much of me being silly. He handles a lot of it, but there's an awful lot of silly. I'm not sure if one man can really be expected to deal with it. Okay. So, bright-based shimmer for the hats. I mean, I have a few, but shimmers by their nature are less intensely colored. They have to have a clearer base. Poor Brian in the other room laughing his butt off. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I think the Tyler's Trinkets neons might be good for this. That's where they live. Hang on. Sorry, Jamie. This is the Drag Queen Candy Shop collection from Tyler's Trinkets, which is just fantastic. These are from last summer, I think. Pretty sure they were from last summer. Really fun collection. I think there was also a purple in this collection that I skipped. I probably shouldn't have because I would very likely use it for like rainbow stuff, but whatever. I don't have any PFD neons. Don't know if I have very much of any PFD at all. Okay. I don't think I've touched these since the summer. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's hard to fit a lot of neons into a Halloween or winter mani. I also just don't tend to reach for neons a ton, even in the summertime. Like, I like them, they're fun. It just doesn't tend to be sort of my first thing I reach for. Okay. So let's just do some little blobbies. I'm just gonna blob stuff on here. I don't think that it needs to be too coherent, right? It can just be blobs of color. And I think that'll be fine. Oop. Not even properly cleaning my brush in between colors here. All right. Yeah, that's cute. Let me just, pardon me, just get that to focus up on there. My little friend in his little hat. I might give it an outline. It's, I feel like the hat could show up better. I think it would be good for it to be a little bit crisper around the edges. I'm not sure if I want to outline it in black, though. Would it be better to outline it in white, do you think? It might be. Is this McDonald's because I'm loving it? Oh, Marie. All right, let's try and do a very fine white outline here. And it is not cooperating very well. Come on. I don't even need it to be like a proper solid outline. I just need it to be enough of a hint at an outline that it sort of helps solidify the shape a bit for your brain. I think that works. Yeah, that's better, I think. Outline in jelly for dimension would have worked, but it's too late. It's too late. Okay, next. These are starting to dry out already, of course. I'll go try and just do some little dots before it completely dries out on us. Definitely going to have to... Oh, that's kind of cute. I like actually the sort of polka dotty sort of look. Definitely gonna have to put down some fresh color for the next hat, though. I'll tell you that much. And I think if I just stay away from the sides a bit, I don't have to outline it. Yeah, there's a pretty solid delay. So unless I like ask for advice and then stop and wait long enough before going ahead, anything you suggest is probably going to be too late. Which doesn't mean don't suggest things. It's just that, you know, if I happen to have barreled on ahead, I won't know until it's too late. Okay. Jamie is being extremely cute on the back of the chair. But if I try and put the cat cam pointing at the back of my chair, you're mostly just going to get my butt. And I don't think anybody here needs that. I'm just going to go ahead and put the pink down for all the different hats, and then do the next color so that I don't have the drying problem. Yeah, I'll hear your opinions whether I want to or not. I always want your opinions. Get Peggy an Ethernet cable. Yeah, I think the problem is actually not the Ethernet cable, but having a place to plug in an Ethernet cable. I'm not sure that there's actually even an Ethernet port anywhere near this room. I should probably ask Brian about that, though, at some point. I saw some texts happening earlier that suggested that he had to go out somewhere briefly. I think he might be back, but not really sure what's going on, so. All right, I think I'm gonna skip the yellow because all these other hats are so small. And I'm not sure that it will show up super well. I might go ahead and add some in later if I have a spot for it, but we'll see once I get the blue and green in there, if I have a little bit of room. You brought Ethernet into your office in 2020. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a hard line. I think that Brian has a hard line in his office. But he, like, extremely needs very stable internet for work. So, yeah, there's probably a reasonable way for me to get myself properly wired up in here, but I have not investigated the possibilities as yet. In part because it's working, so it's not like my highest priority. And if I ask Brian a question like that, it's 100% going to become a major project. And then I might regret having asked him. Yeah, I'm sure that I could get something there. It's just, it hasn't happened. Y'all, I do know how this stuff works. I don't need suggestions on how to get Wi-Fi into my studio, or how do I get wired internet into my studio. I have wired a great many places, and actually used to work for a guy who wired up businesses. So it's fine. I don't actually need to be advised on how to do this. It's just, it hasn't happened. It may happen. It's not a priority. It's fine. I don't want to lay something on my husband at the moment that is going to be a project. That's all. So I think we're done, y'all. I need a kite, a key, and a thunderstorm. Thank you, Marie. Yeah, I haven't had any packet loss yet. It's just a delay, and it's really not that big a deal yet. So we'll see. Oh my god, when you lived in a dorm, the whole floor had Ethernet cables plugged into the same place, running to all 8 units. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that would be... Actually, that sounds a little bit like my power situation in the corner here, which some of y'all have seen. I have just an absolute clusterfuck in the corner where my polish is. I have like a big bookshelf that there's the most horrific tangle of power cords because I have so much lighting in this room. Like all my little light up guys, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 lights just in that corner. Nope, 6 plus an extension cord that runs that away that ends up powering all of this stuff. That all runs back from a big tangle on this side as well. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Confetti. I guess I could fit some confetti on this one. I don't really have a lot of space for confetti anywhere else. What if I gave this guy some balloons? That could be cute. I kind of like that idea, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give this guy a couple of balloons. Confetti is cute on the nail and annoying in real life. Absolutely. Yes, Ray, I have a fire hazard next to my giant stack of flammables. It's fine. It's fine. Confetti Manny on the Cindy hand, that could be a fun idea. But yeah, let's do some balloons. I think that's the correct next move. I'm going to use white. And I think I will go ahead and use the neons again for this, but I'm going to put them on white to help them pop. So we need to do, I think actually if I use a dotting tool, that's going to make my life a lot easier, isn't it? Assuming I can find there. Okay, let's do 1, 2, and 3. 3 balloons? 3 balloons seems good, right? I feel like 3 balloons is good. Or maybe we do more. I don't know. What do you think? Do we do more than 3? I feel like 3 is sort of the maximum that you can really sort of clearly define every balloon, but I could sort of throw some in the background a little bit. That would be an option. That are just like kind of hidden a little bit behind. A big balloon that says 12 and a smaller one that says 1.25. That's pretty funny. I like that idea. All right. And then we can do some little strings. I'm going to need to probably thin that out a little bit to get my strings. Well, yeah. I'm definitely going to... Oh, I could just put some fresh polish down. That'll do the trick too. All right. So we'll go 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Whoop. That was getting a little bit too thin. Or dry, rather, not thin. Okay, there's our... that's like tied around the little friend's leg, because of course it is. All right, and then I think I want to do a pink, a blue, and a yellow. Ray has brains. 3 of them, precisely. I assume that's what you meant by that, Murray. Ray has exactly 3 brains. She's been collecting them. Don't ask where they came from. You don't want to know. For liability purposes, I would like to state that, to my knowledge, Ray has never extracted a brain and is not in possession of any brains that are not her own. Just saying. Many wrinkles. Big brains, many wrinkles. I've always loved the phrase smooth brain as an insult. I think it's incredibly delightful. Okay. Last one. I've put the neons on pretty thick here. Don't know how easy it's going to be to write on them. It might take a little while for them to dry enough to be writable. I do think they probably need a little white highlight on them too. Let's see. See if I can get away with doing this. If I do it lightly enough, it might work. There it is. I think we'll skip the writing just because I feel like it's going to be difficult to do well. To be fair, we don't know what's illegal in Canada. I mean, yeah, we do. We know what's illegal in Canada. Smooth baby brain. Yeah. Okay, so it's already 10 o'clock. I feel like we just... Oh my god. I've gotten all kinds of crap on my other hand. I don't know. What should I do? Should I do something on my other hand? It's been 2 hours already. I'm getting pretty tired. I might just skip my other hand unless I just do magnetic on the other hand. Or something. It's 4:53 in Hawaii. I haven't had dinner. There's like, somehow I managed to get a stringy black polish on this hand, which is kind of impressive actually. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking, May. Maybe I just do like a single. Or I could do a neon skittle. That could be kind of fun. Neon skittle might take... Unless I did white first. So if I did a coat of white and then did like 1 or 2 coats of the neon, that's not too bad. That could maybe work. Or I could just put a magnetic on and say fuck it. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put a magnetic on. I'm going to put on Outplayed because I like Outplayed and I haven't worn it for a while. That's what I'm going to do. It's my birthday. I'm going to party like it's my birthday. I'm not going to sip Bacardi like it's my birthday, though, because I am not in the club. And also, I don't really like rum that much. I do really like that song, though, which is possibly very silly. Oh my god. Just like managed to slightly mangle my bass with the magnets, but oh well, whatever. Yeah, you can't stop me. It's precisely correct. Okay, so I'm gonna do... Oh, hey, nice. That was really good. I liked that a lot. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna do those two velvet. You don't drink, so it's all good. Yeah, I do sometimes. I don't drink a whole lot. Mostly beer, occasionally scotch. I like an apple brandy. I like a tawny port. But yeah, I'm pretty picky, and I don't like I'm not gonna drink for the sake of drinking or just because I'm in a place where people are drinking. If there isn't a drink that I actually will enjoy, then I'm not interested. So I'm a picky bitch. Much to everyone's surprise, I'm sure. Picky about everything else. Might as well be picky about booze too. So I think I'm gonna also do the... Whoop! Hey! Hey! Who told you you could do that? Motherfucker. Alright. This one is really giving me a hard time tonight. And I just... Look what I did. Look at what I did. For some reason, I can do 3 of these at a time, no problem, when I am not on stream. And as soon as I am streaming, immediately, they start to fly everywhere. Like, it's just... Stream does not want me to be efficient with magnetics. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe these both off. And start again. Because I don't feel like fucking around with trying to fix that. It was real bad. A nice thing, though, about thick magnetics is that you can kind of just go ahead and blob them on over top and it'll be fine. Yeah, I have to put... I was actually going to put some E6000, but top coat would also work.
Wave to mommy.
Is that Cinna? Are you... Oh, hi, Cinna. She needs to go downstairs, does she? Sure. Put her on the cat cam real quick. Let me just bring up the cat's heads up. There she is. Hi, Cinna. Oh, what a good girl. Oh shit, yeah, don't let her in the bedroom. Alright. Cinnamom. She's not allowed in the bedroom because every time she goes in the bedroom, she like instantly hides underneath the bed and will not come out for hours. She just sits there under the bed. And then nobody else can use the bedroom because, well, I mean, Jammy can now. Jammy and she can be in the same room now. But Budgie, not a chance. She noped away, yeah. She had no interest in being on stream. She just wanted to go downstairs. Okay.
You're not gonna go down? You're gonna go back in the studio, okay?
Oh, all right. She just wanted to be free, apparently.
I want to be shut in my office.
Hmm. She is now scratching at one of the cardboard scratchers. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. It's fine. Cinnamonkey, what you doing? If she settles down in a different spot that is accessible to the cat cam, I can adjust the cat cam. But I don't know if she's going to. She doesn't usually settle down to sleep in here. She's occasionally done so, but... You heard her scratching? All right. Let's do the pinky also velvet. And then I want to do the thumb and ring finger with the ring magnet. And I think this one needs just 2 coats. It might need a third one. I'm not 100% certain. I do also, remind me, I need to put seal glaze on this hand before I top coat it. Okay. I'll go first coat here. There we go. I think I've only worn Outplayed once so far. So it'll be exciting to remind myself what it's like wearing it, seeing it in different light. Because I remember it being quite shifty. Like here it sort of looks like it's just, you know, mostly blue and silver, but definitely has greens and other colors in it. Okay. Oof. As I recall, it shifts through green and purple. Okay. What was it that someone was talking about that I was saying I needed to do a new, more tutorial style video or live stream now that I'm on YouTube? It was fluid art. It was fluid art on Nicole's Discord. I think it was it Ulysses or was it Couch Potato? Somebody, I can't remember. Somebody was doing some fluid art stuff, and Ashley had directed them to a more tutorial style fluid art live stream that I had done. It was more like teaching focused, but that was before I started recording for YouTube as well. And I realized I don't have, like, I've done fluid art on the YouTube stream, but I haven't done a more sort of tutorial focused, like actually trying to help people figure out how to do it. I always include a little bit of that whenever I'm doing stuff, usually. If I'm doing something a way that someone might think is weird, I will try to sort of clarify for them why I'm doing it that way. I'm just going to throw on this seal glaze while this is, while that first coat's drying. But yeah, so I think I need to do a fluid art stream soon. I have... So my schedule for the next couple of weeks, I think, so there's a new Arcana collection coming that I think is launching on March 14th, which should be a Friday. I believe. So I will probably do the March 13th stream as like a swatch and review sort of stream for that. So I suppose I could do my next live stream as more of a fluid art tutorial stream. I don't have anything else pressing that needs to be streamed beyond that, unless somebody has other ideas. Maybe it can be my first during the day stream. You have a thermal fluid art polish coming? Interesting. I haven't tried or purchased a thermal fluid art polish. I have done, I've added thermals into a fluid art mix, like used a thermal as one of the polishes in the combination. That's always fun. Yeah. Who is that from, Najwa? Who makes that? Is that a Fancy Gloss or something? I know they do some interesting combination polishes. Yeah, I could do... So I've been thinking about if I want to do daytime streams. I'm certainly not opposed to doing daytime streams. I mean, it's not like I have a day job that I need to worry about doing. Oh, Baroness X has one? Equinox. Interesting. They do nice fluid art polishes. I really like theirs. Anyway, yeah, I'm just not sure what day I would want to stream. Because I know, people work for a living. But also people are in various different time zones. And I know that there are people who stream during the day already. I know Linry streams generally on Thursday afternoons. At least it's afternoon for me when she's streaming here. I'm not sure if Linry is West Coast or East Coast. Yeah, you can't do daytime streams. I think that's true for a lot of people. And even if it's on the weekend, there's lots of people streaming on the weekend during the day, and people are doing all kinds of activities on the weekend during the day. So, cat are orally breathable supposed to be fluid? It depends. So they can be. They are not necessarily. It seems to depend on the specific polish. I don't know why that is, whether they have different amounts of disiloxane in them. I believe it is disiloxane in those ones that that causes them to be able to work like a... don't do a software update. Sorry. My computer just prompted me for a software update. Yeah, so any polish that has disiloxane in it or another silicone derivative has potential to be used as a fluid art polish. And so I know that some people have had success with some of the orally breathables, but it may depend on the specific formula. It may depend on what you combine it with. I mean, it's definitely going to depend a bit on what you combine it with. If you're using multiples of the breathable line, it's not going to work. They won't work together because you can't mix multiple fluid art polishes together and expect to get the cells. The disiloxane needs to be in a normal polish, needs to be added into a normal polish context in order to get that effect, because you need a non-silicone containing substrate for the cells to form in, for that division to happen. So you can't just mix a bunch of fluid art polishes together to do a fluid art mani. You have to have one that's a fluid art polish, and then one or more others that are not. So yeah, it's going to depend. She's in Florida. I kind of thought that, but couldn't remember for sure. I have not managed to make it to one of Linry's live streams. Thursdays are always a little bit of a clusterfuck for me. So, but yeah, and you'll find, Najwa, have you had a fluid art polish before? Have you done fluid art stuff before? Because if you haven't, then I'm 100% happy to help walk you through it if that's something that will be helpful for you. But it's also good to kind of just fuck around. And also, like, I always think for any kind of new skill like that, it helps to see how multiple different people do it, because everyone kind of has their own technique, and you may find that one works better for you than all the others for whatever reason, and doesn't necessarily have anything to do with anything but whose hands they're in, or it may have something to do with relative humidity or other weather conditions in the area where it's being done. I don't know, but sometimes a technique works in your hands and doesn't work for other people, and there's no really good explanation for that. So seeing how a bunch of different people do a thing can be really, really helpful. I watched fluid art tutorials and demonstrations by probably a half dozen different artists before I sort of really felt like I had a good handle on what was working well for me. And even then, I still occasionally will see someone do something a new way, and I'll try it out and go, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of a whole new thing. But yeah, I think it would be fun to do more of a tutorial focused fluid art session. I kind of feel like to be able to do a really well-rounded tutorial thing, I should probably at least try out the DIY ones. Because it seems like it would be useful for me to know what that's like, if I'm going to be showing other people how to do it. You're focusing weird. Do you want to maybe pay attention to what my hand is doing? Camera very excited about the velvet magnet in the background. You still haven't gotten water marbling to work for you at all? It can be. I've found with water marbling, like, sometimes it's the polish, but also if you haven't yet tried using distilled water, if all else fails, if you've tried, room temperature water, slightly warm water, if you've tried, a whole bunch of different kinds of polish, if you've tried a whole bunch of different kinds of techniques, if nothing is working for you, you just can't make it go, try distilled water. Because some water is, in fact, too hard or has whatever wrong chemical balance in it. Every once in a while, I hear someone who just could not get it to work until they used distilled water. And then magically it was fixed. Boiled cooled water is another option, yes. For some people. It does depend on your water. So it's an option. If you wanted to try one more thing before you sort of give up and decide that water marbling is not for you. And if you if you don't feel like you want to try anything else and you just decided you've given up on water marbling forever, that's okay too. You're allowed. It is a beast. You have a bottle of water on your desk. Was it bottled water or was it distilled water, though? May not have worked because you were trying to use breathable polishes. Yeah, it's possible. They might work weird. I don't know. I don't think I've tried the breathable lines in water marbling. Slower drying polishes are definitely easier to work with. Marie, your one and only attempt, you did everything wrong. Tap water, huge cup, bad polish, no base coat. Oh boy. Yeah, so Najwa, bottled water might be better than your water, but it often is fairly hard water because hard water tastes better to people, generally speaking. Most people prefer the taste of hard water. So most bottled waters actually have a fairly high mineral content. So if you're already struggling and using some possibly questionable polishes, it may not be the best start. But yeah, I definitely encourage you to, just try. Like, I find the cheap drugstore cremes seem to work really, really well. Like the color clubs that I have, they have all worked great. You've used the breathable line for water marbling and it worked fairly well? Yeah, if your water is super limey, then that is consistent with things that I have heard before from other people. Do I want to do a third coat with this? I feel like it might be... Like, I can kind of see it's slightly sheer, but I feel like I'm maybe good with it. Maybe we do one more coat. Yeah, the Holo Taco linears do dry a little fast. You have to... you can water marble with them, but you do have to work quickly. And definitely room temperature water works best for those guys. The Holo Taco cremes can work decently if they have been thinned out, but a lot of them are so thick, they don't spread as nicely. So any polish that's like thick and gloopy, you're gonna struggle with. Some shimmers work surprisingly well, actually. I've even found some like shimmer flakies can work nicely, but they have to be sort of a relatively thin formula that doesn't dry super, super fast. Yeah, you don't want it to be too thick. Those thick ones do not play well. They have a tendency to just blob up and then either dry too quickly or just drop on through instead of spreading. Jamie is snoring behind my butt. It's so funny. Bluebird would probably water marble well. Maybe. I only have a couple of bluebirds. A lot of the monarchs that I have dry a little bit slower. Those would probably work quite nicely. One of these days I want to try and set up something to do magnetic water marble. My current water marble cup isn't really sort of optimized for that. I would need a shallower thing, I think. I think if you did like magnets underneath your water dish and just have it like a really thin dish, that could possibly work well. I don't know. It might be fun to try. Could also set up magnets on the either side of the cup. That would be an option. The pinnacle toppers, those what do they call those? Spicy water? Yeah, those could be fun. I like when it works, putting layers of putting a drop here and there of a shimmer in between drops of cremes can be really nice. You do obviously, if it's fairly sheer, you do want to have some kind of a base color down on your nails, unless you want those areas to be basically nude. But yeah. Yeah, the polishes that dry shiny tend to dry slow. Water marbling over a stamping design? Interesting. So it would be like a shimmer stamp witch, but the color would come through. That's interesting. That would be kind of cool to experiment with, Kat. You should try that. I think you're going to want, if you want to do that, I would advise using full nail designs that basically cover the entire nail. Because that's how you're going to see the best, the most water marbling sort of variation. So if you had I don't know, like a scale pattern or something like that, it could be cool. Yeah, shimmer stamp witch, but make it water marble. Could be very interesting. Test it with a smoosh. Yeah. Smoosh marble is a lot easier. So maybe better to test with. A lot less work. All right, we're going to do our last coat here of, we've got 2 more nails to go, and then top coat both hands. And then we're done. Oop. Hey. Hey, Mega Nets. Don't be like that. Okay, last coat. We're almost there, y'all. It's been a very long stream, but it's my birthday party, so I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me for my unbirthday. Unfortunately, 2 of my closest friends in the area are traveling. I think they're leaving tomorrow, and I'm thinking about doing a little thing on Saturday, but they won't be able to be there. I have a few other friends that may come out for it, though. The Meganets are frisky. Yes, Meganets. I think that is correct, how to spell it, Ray. Meganets. My birthday bug out. Certainly not a design that I would have done in the absence of all the excellent suggestions here. But it is a lot of fun. I especially really like the dung beetle with the Timbit. That is extremely funny to me. Okay. Also, yes, I know that magnetizing after every single coat, a lot of people consider it to be pointless and just prefer to use the DRK which I do have the DRK Magnetic Magic Effect top coat, whatever stuff. I have it. I use it. Not usually for magnetics, but I find even with that stuff, I get better results this way personally than I do with putting on 3 coats and then using that stuff afterward. It's just how it works in my hands. So this is my preference, even though it takes a little longer. This is such a fun polish. I really like it. It's interesting because in the camera, I'm seeing more green. Like it looks like y'all are seeing mostly green. But if I'm looking at it from this angle, it's very much like blue and teal. It's cool. I really like this one. All right. Top coat on this hand. I think we go glossy. Do we go glossy or do we go matte? What do y'all think? I'm gonna pull it. Top. Glossy or matte. Start pull. There we go. Y'all let me know what you think. My patience rewards me with great magnetic resonance. Yeah, I fix polish directly with thinner to get a better pull to begin with. I agree with you, Kat. And yeah, Najwa, the DRK is super helpful with polishes that are too thick and won't move as a result. But, you know, another solution for that is to thin the polish so that you don't need it. But, you know, it's fine. I know a lot of people prefer it, so I am certainly not... Oh, Jamie. She just sneezed on my back. She suddenly stood up and sneezed on my back. We seem to have an even split, but we have a couple people that haven't voted. Well, we have one person that... Well, no. We have a couple of people that haven't voted. I voted on this other account. Yeah. Need at least one lurker to be a tiebreaker here. Or I have to remove my vote. My vote was for matte, so without my matte vote, glossy wins. I'll give it a minute and see if a lurker wants to put in a vote. But lurker, please. Yeah, Najwa, that's really true. Yeah. Sometimes you cannot thin a brand new polish. I actually had that issue. I had that issue the other day. I was complaining to some people that were in here, actually. I tried to use... I got a bottle of Holo Taco Devil's Advocate. It was so devastatingly thick and gloopy. I hadn't used it yet. My first time trying it. So thick and gloopy, it simply would not apply reasonably at all. And I filled up the bottle as much as I could with thinner and tried again, and it was a little better. But then I ended up actually pouring out a little bit and putting a bunch more thinner in it. And then it was perfect. It was really nice after I thinned it out enough. But holy shit, like when it's a brand new bottle like that, you're kind of scuppered. There's very little you can do. Yeah, Kat, sometimes you have to pour some out to the polish gods. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end this vote and end the poll, and we're going to go with glossy. We'll retract my vote and go with glossy. Okay. The glossy is generally a little more exciting for the magnetic portion of things. But, I often like matte rather for anything where I've done sort of any kind of detailed nail art where I feel like it matters to be able to see it, because it's usually easier to see with matte, but you do definitely lose some depth. And of course, if you have hollow, forget that. So this is super fun. I really like this. It's cute. You gonna actually focus up for me? There you go. That's a little better. I like my little buddies. They're fun. Okay. Last thing I need to do is top coat this hand. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're all done. So what's everyone else doing for my birthday / the weekend? Any exciting plans? Marie. Cute little caterpillars. I think that a pizza and a beer are going to be the perfect way to spend a 15-degree day outdoors with a couple of friends. It's supposed to be 15 degrees. At least it was last time I checked. I don't know. It's been a few days since I checked the forecast. Oh, Ramadan prep, May. Yeah, that's right. Ramadan starts Saturday. My goodness. You'll have a bunch of cooking to do ahead of time, huh? Marie, you have an event and an appointment. Kevin wants to work on biking. Is Kevin just learning to ride a bike now? Is that what's going on? Maybe nail art if you find the time in between chores, Ray. I'm sorry you have to do chores. Najwa brunch on Sunday. Ooh, a tradition of walking to Sunday brunch. That sounds lovely. If I want brunch these days, I mostly have to make it myself. We do have a really great brunch spot, but they don't have a year-round patio, and brunch food doesn't always travel the best. I feel like a lot of it isn't as good if you're not eating it super fresh. So unfortunately we haven't really been doing the brunch spot so much. They do just the most disgusting, incredible, massive piles of cheesy, delicious food. Makes me very happy. Yes, Ashley, I'm still here. I'm still here. We're all still here, Ashley. We're trapped. We can never leave. Yeah, the nice thing about walking to Sunday brunch, I think, is that then you also are walking home from Sunday brunch, which means you're walking off some of the excess brunch, which I think is a good thing. Helps you feel good. Meme, you did most of the Ramadan cooking already? Just need to finish making the samosas and spring rolls to freeze. I fucking love samosas so much. Oh yeah, I need to show Ashley the buggies. This is my favorite buggy. This is a dune beetle. He's actually technically he's upside down because there. That's right side up. Cuz he's rolling a cake timbit, a cake timbit, which if you don't know what a timbit is, it's a donut hole. And so he's bringing the cake to the party. And then here's all the other bugs at the party. Some of them are dancing. They've all got their little party hats on. One of them brought some balloons. Is not focusing properly again. Come on. Seriously? There we go. They're very cute. Yeah, keeps you from eating too much as well. I can definitely see that being helpful. That was like back home in Toronto, you just walk everywhere. So walking to anything is just how you get there. I definitely have missed being able to just walk everywhere since moving here. Kevin's been nervous. Doing some practice on the balance bike. Nice. It's not a poop cake, Ashley. He's just rolling a Timbit. You don't know how you'll do summer? I guess it would get just devastatingly hot there. That would be unpleasant. I have spent a summer in Houston, and well, partly in Houston and partly in Sugar Land, which is just outside of Houston. And oh boy, it gets hot and sweaty. Don't know if I would want to be out walking anywhere near noon in the summertime in that area. Kat, your brunch spots are less than a full block away. Yeah, that's the way it was for me in Toronto too. Ashley, it gets to like 117 there sometimes. Yeah, like Toronto will get up to, 100 degrees or whatever occasionally in the summertime, but it's like you'll have, maybe a week that is sort of that hot, and then it'll go away and be cooler for a while, and then maybe you'll get another few days later on. It does get very humid, but it's not like, certainly not Houston levels of heat, and it's not Phoenix levels of heat, which are the two places that I have spent an entire summer in and suffered tremendously. Like Maryland gets hot and sweaty, but not like that. It's a whole other level. Okay. I already did I do the thumb? I didn't do the thumb. I did not do the thumb. I just did the velvet ones so far. Okay. Where'd my ring go? Where is my ring magnet? Hello? Oh. Y'all, it attached itself to my bracelet. Oh, fuck. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. You've had like a month of 110 before? Yeah, that's not okay. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't feel like my life would be enriched by that. Like, if it gets over about 88, I'm done. I don't want to function. $100 in the first week of June. Unreasonable. Yeah, the whole thing, Meme, with like the oh well, it's not so bad because it's a dry heat kind of thing that you hear in some places, has always sort of cracked me up, because I have spent a summer in an extremely hot, dry place, Phoenix, and an extremely hot, humid place, Houston. And, they both fucking suck. They're both miserable in their own special way. And I don't think that Arizona ever felt less miserably hot to me because it was a dry heat. It felt different, miserably hot, more being crushed by the weight of the rays of sun, and less being drowned in my own juices. But it's about equally unpleasant to me either way. It's just different, like different ways of being slowly murdered. I don't want either. Kat, you making songs about where the ring magnet has gone? Katya, good morning. You made it. You managed to make it only because we are approaching the 3rd hour of streaming. uh, oh, Ashley, living 2 hours from the ocean or the mountains sounds pretty fucking good, though. Humidity makes your hair terribly frizzy and you're not looking forward to it. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. All right. Yeah, Katya, I'll show you in a second. We did a whole lot of nail art on my other hand. This hand has just gotten some magnetic treatment here. So this is just bee's knees lacquer outplayed. You gonna focus up? No, it's not gonna focus. It's like, nah, I don't feel like it. Don't feel like focusing properly today. Anyway, but yeah, this hand got to have some real fun. We got a put him the right side up here. This is a little dung beetle friend rolling a cake donut hole, properly called a timbit in my home and native land of Canada. But yeah, dung beetle is rolling that to the party because he's in charge of the cake. And then here we have all these other party attendees with their little party hats. One of them brought some balloons. So that's what we've been doing for 2.5 hours. It's not actually a 3-hour stream, but we're at 2 hours and 42 minutes right now, or thereabouts, which is close enough, I think. About 7 years ago, you had a 90-degree Halloween. Oh my God. So I grew up with Halloween literally every single year. It was like freezing rain. If it was Halloween, it was going to be freezing rain. That was sort of just how it went. So any costume that you came up with, assume that nobody's going to be able to see it because you're going to have to be wearing like snow pants and parka and the whole 9 yards. And also you're only going to want to be out in it for a little while because you're going to get soaked through regardless of what you're wearing. And so here, since I moved here to Maryland, it's like freaking beautiful on Halloween. We have a neighbor that goes and, starts up they've got like a fire pit thing that, one of those portable steel fire pits that they'll bring out to the front driveway and set up and have s'mores for all the neighbors, so we can all go and visit and get some s'mores or make our own s'mores. And it's fantastic. Like, I love it. But it is a little weird for me. Yeah, Katya, you missed the cats on cat cam. You should actually the one cat had a good long cameo at the beginning of the stream. So once we're done, you'll want to go and check out the start of the stream to see Jammy Dodgers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Halloween's the first snow. That's also snow or freezing rain for my whole life. Oh my god, Ray. Yeah, you can't do the sexy costume to go clubbing for Halloween when you live in Ontario. It's not a good idea. It's a terrible, terrible idea. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it, y'all. I am wiped. Let me transport Jammy Dodgers over to the cat cam area for a moment. Come here, little Dodgers. Come on, baby girl. Here we go. Here we go. There. Is that all right? Because I'm going to be getting up in a minute anyway. Oh, did I wake you up? She was so sleepy. There you go. A very sleepy, rumpled Jammy Dodgers. Being such a good girl. Uh-oh. Now we have Cinna being placed beside her. What good girls they are. Yeah, Cinna's like, fuck this. Wait, what's this? Had to investigate the cat cam. Very important. Oh boy. All right. What?
Outstanding cinematography.
Cinematography, Brian says. Because he's a very funny man. Cinna and Jammy have been doing very well together. Jammy still hisses at Cinna fairly frequently because Cinna keeps trying to play with Jammy, but they've figured out that, you know, there's not going to be any weird territorial fights between them, so they're fine. All right. Well, I shall close on this wonderful sight, little Jammy Dodgers. I don't think Jammy is too suspicious of the camera. I think she's just confused. All right. Last look at my little buggy friends up in the tiny picture-in-picture. Make it look like Jammy's looking at my nails. All right, that's going to be it for tonight, y'all. Thank you for coming by and hanging out with me for my birthday stream, and thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been like 5 hours, Mom. All right, good night. End stream. End.